things maybe to like a greater or lesser extent. Okay, so that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so number one, when you're starting on your spiritual awakening slash healing journey, you will probably start to question the nature of your reality. Some people refer to it as a dark night of the soul, which essentially is when, you experience a conscious an expansion of your consciousness, and with that expansion of your consciousness, you start to see that your life, your physical reality, is not in alignment with your expansion in consciousness, right? So you're kind of left to feel maybe a little bit shaky. You might experience like a depression or anxiety. So depression is kind of dwelling on the past. Anxiety is worrying about the future. And, you're starting to see like, things that happened to me, that wasn't right, or, I should have dealt with things differently, right? So you're kind of like questioning who you are, your reality and that kind of thing. So this is sort of like the entryway into a spiritual awakening. And then, so what I would recommend if you're new to your awakening and your healing journey, is to really try to stay in the present moment beyond learning your astrology. and there's also human design, which is really helpful. I think it's a helpful tool in, better understanding like what you came into this world expressing, right? It's not really who you are as much as it is an expression that you came into this world. These are the tools that you were given to work with. And, then at that point, once you understand your astrology, you understand your human design, it removes some of the guilt, fear, and shame around who you are and how you express yourself, right? So, for example, I'm an Aries sun and a Leo moon and a Libra rising. So I'm very fiery. I have a tendency towards dramatics. I am an introvert, but I do like to be the center of attention. My Libra rising, I like pretty things. I like jewelry and feathers, and I like to be put together. And that's not to say that anybody who doesn't like those things or who isn't like that is not on my level, or, they have issues, or, I'm not going to feel bad for being fiery. But at the same time, I understand that I need to learn how to ground some of that fiery energy. With my Libra rising, sometimes what I've had to learn to overcome is not being so conciliatory, not, being so people pleasing. That's a big thing for Libra risings. It's like, just make sure everything's fine, and, not going to ruffle any feathers, right? So these are some of the things that, just because I came into the world with this expression doesn't necessarily mean this is how I have to express myself. I get to choose, how much fire I bring or how much balance I bring, right? And also it kind of, like I said, releases some of the fear, guilt, and shame around being who you are. Like, I exploded when I was unhealed because that's a part of my nature, and I was expressing myself from an unhealed place, right? So you have a better understanding, and you can give yourself grace, because you better understand your personality in this incarnation, right? So again, obviously like delving into those things, but being in the present moment, practicing mindfulness. If you don't have a meditation practice or a mindfulness practice, I would definitely highly recommend incorporating that into your daily routine. Um, and ask spirit, your higher self, God, whoever, the divine, whoever, you feel can give you guidance, your ancestors, Mama Universe, whoever you feel like can help guide you. Ask for help, ask for guidance, ask to be, you know, guided towards your true purpose, your soul's desire, right? Those kind of things. Speak it into the universe, and you'll be surprised. The intuition that your intuition grows, and then you sort of are led through signs, synchronicities, feelings, to where you need to go. So I would definitely, focus on the present moment, focus on, being still, being quiet, and asking for guidance.